The camera pans over a quiet diner in small-town Maryland. A tired single dad walks in, holding the hand of his 9-year-old daughter. She's clutching a worn-out bunny plush, wearing her mom's old necklace. As they sit down, the waitress approaches with a tired smile, but suddenly freezes. Her hands tremble. Plates slip from her tray, crashing to the floor. She, she looks just like my mom. The diner's chatter stops cold. Jason turns slowly, confused, staring at the young waitress whose eyes are now full of tears. "What did you just say?" She stares at his daughter with disbelief. Her voice cracks. "My mom died 10 years ago in a house fire, and she looked exactly like her." Jason's jaw tightens, because his wife died the exact same way, and her body was never found. Jason Miles had returned to his hometown in Maryland for a fresh start, a slower life for him and Ella, his 9-year-old daughter. After losing his wife Marissa in a tragic house fire nearly a decade ago, raising Ella alone had become both his battle and his salvation. It was supposed to be a normal morning. They walked into Darla's Diner, a classic 50s-style spot where locals gathered. Jason held Ella's tiny hand, her bunny plush dragging on the floor, her mom's necklace glittering against her little denim jacket. They took a corner booth. The waitress, young, curly-haired, no older than 24, walked up with a pen and pad. But the second her eyes landed on Ella, her expression crumbled. She gasped, her grip failed, and the tray slipped from her hands, shattering plates across the floor. Jason stood alarmed. "You okay?" The girl's eyes stayed locked on Ella. She looks just like my mom." Jason blinked. "Excuse me?" "My mom died 10 years ago in a house fire," the waitress whispered, tears brimming in her eyes. "But this little girl, she has her face." Jason's stomach flipped. "What's your name?" he asked slowly. The waitress hesitated. "Ruby. Ruby Blake." The name crashed through Jason's mind like a freight train. Marissa's maiden name was Blake. Later that evening, Jason sat on the edge of his bed, staring at a dusty photo album. Marissa had always been protective about her past, rarely spoke about family. She once said she had a younger sister named Ruby, who lived with her uncle after their mom died, but there were no photos, no contact. Something clicked. What if Ruby wasn't her sister, but her daughter? The timeline matched. If Ruby was 24 now, she would have been around 14 when Marissa died. And if she said her mother died in a fire, the same year in town as Marissa, what were the odds? The next day, Jason returned to the diner. Ruby was on break, sitting alone outside, legs crossed, cigarette trembling in her fingers. Jason approached cautiously. "Can we talk?" Ruby looked up, her guard instantly rising. "My wife, Marissa. She died in a fire too, 10 years ago. Same town. She never told me about you." Ruby froze. Her cigarette slipped. "She told people I was her sister," Ruby said softly. "But I always felt something was off. After the fire, a man named Cole took me in. He said I had no other family. But I remember things. Her voice, her hugs. I just didn't understand why she never came back." Jason took out a photograph, one he'd never shown anyone. It was Marissa holding baby Ella in one arm and a teen girl with a ponytail on the other side. Ruby's breath caught. "That's me," Jason's voice cracked. "Ruby? Marissa was your mother." It took hours for the shock to wear off. Ruby had grown up thinking she was abandoned. Jason had believed he was Marissa's only family. Now both were realizing they were walking on opposite ends of the same shattered road. Later that week, they all met again, Jason, Ella, and Ruby, after the diner closed. Ella brought her bunny, shy at first, but Ruby had brought something too, a photo of her and Marissa from when she was little, framed with faded sunflowers. Jason held it gently, realizing he'd never seen that version of Marissa, a mother before she met him. As the three sat in the corner booth where it all began, Jason told Ella everything. "She's your sister, sweetheart," he said gently. Ella looked from her dad to Ruby, blinking. "Like, real sister?" Ruby smiled, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "Yeah, and you look just like our mom. You have her laugh too. Ella se arrastró en el regazo de Ruby y la abrazó fuerte. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't forced. It just fit. Jason reached across the table and held Ruby's hand. I don't know why she never told me. Maybe she was scared, but I'm glad you found us. Ruby nodded, tears streaming. I thought I was alone all this time. Turns out, my family was just late showing up. As the night deepened and the diner lights dimmed, the three of them sat together, holding pieces of a woman who once held them all. And somewhere in that silence, grief turned into grace.